Alright everyone, welcome back here to the European Tribes League. I am your host DocLettuce with Helemar on me on the camera. Not going to be talking today unfortunately, so it's going to be just me doing the casting, but we are going to be doing the last Division 1 matchup for this round, concluding the group stages for Division 1 of course. It will be an IDK versus Nimble EU matchup. We are getting started right now on Kata, so I'll go ahead and give you guys a quick roster rundown before going over the implications of this game, because there are a couple, even though it's unlikely that anything is going to change. On Diamond Sword, we are going to have Team IDK with Creature, Impaler, Shad, Crystallite, Matin, Love 3, and Tool. On Blood Eagle, we are going to have Nimble EU with Specialisti, Ice Peak, Imot, nMe, Horpy, Kabisi, and Luca666. And yes, I know I'm butchering a couple of those names, but that's just sort of the way things go. So we have gotten underway, not really all that much action going on, so I'll quickly show you, or talk to you guys about the standings. We currently have IDK in second place with 8 points, meaning that if they win all these maps, or even one map, they will secure themselves that second place spot. Nimble EU, on the other hand, have secured themselves at least the third place spot, and the only way they'll be able to get the second place spot is if they 3-0 IDK, which I think they would be the first to tell you is very unlikely. So more likely than not, this is just going to be a fun map for both teams, and hopefully they'll just have some fun, show us some good games, and yeah, hopefully have a couple great plays in there every now and again. So IDK likely going to be taking this one 3-0, but you never know, anything's possible, and unfortunately for Nimble EU, they need to take it 3-0 for this to even really have an effect on the standings, but that's neither here nor there, as all that really matters is Tribes. Coming up after this game, though, is a slightly more relevant matchup at where teams can still adjust standings and all that sort of stuff, but so make sure you stay tuned after this. We are doing a best of 3, of course. All 3 maps will be played. Katabatic here first, moving on to Sunstar, and then Bella Omega when this is done. And hopefully someone's going to come in here and make a grab so I can actually start talking about something other than their setups, because I'm sure you've all seen them before. And there we go, Ice Peak is going to be going to make it a grab. Creature on the other side as well, but we're going to follow Ice Peak. He's down to 265, being sniped down right now by Matin, I believe, which is bizarre. Shad actually doing some HO at this point. Ice Peak down to 83 health, didn't die to that rib bit somehow, and he's still going, and now Toomey's actually here helping him out. Tool is going to be there to intercept. Impaler's going to be coming from the back. Toomey's got the flag at the moment, though, and he's got decent health, so he should be able to get a little bit more help. And Nitron's going off right now. They are not able to land them, but they are able to take him down. Impaler going for that mid-return, able to get it. Nimble EU just not able to get enough people over there to help out, and IDK with a 4-man push, able to get that nice return. So, still a good positive showing out there from Nimble EU, making the first good grab. Creature getting stuck on the other side, couldn't unfortunately see it. Possibly the camera caught it, but I was not able to. Was busy watching the IDK stand and saw Ice Peak coming in, so stuck with it. But still 0-0, of course. And let's go ahead and take a look at the defenses here, just see how teams are setting up and see the differences in them. On the Nimble EU side, we are going to have Horpy running that soldier on the flag, currently being helped out with a couple claymores. Actually, Love 3 coming in right now to do some spam. Not going to be doing the captain for them. Should be Creature doing most of it for IDK. Should be coming in about 10, maybe 15 seconds. Can't really find him yet, but I'm sure he's on his way in. And there he is, actually making the grab right there, doing the side-to-front route. Going to go ahead and disc himself along there because he took no damage whatsoever. 543 health on him. He's going to be fine. He's going to make it all the way back to his base. Luca tried to go there for the E. Not going to happen. Creature going to be able to get this cap, and that's going to be a 1-0 for IDK, making that a very quick cap. And, yeah, very nice grab coming out there from Creature. Probably running the new rock route that's somewhat back. And I say new, but it's been there for a while, just now that rock routes are back. Able to do it again, but coming in from the side to somewhat of a front escape path. So front to side route, very good, very strong, very fast. Can get that going up to about 300 if you do it right. Sometimes a little bit faster, so very strong route, very, very difficult to stop. So as mentioned, Horpy is doing the soldier on flagging. Should be being helped out by Mr. Specialist over here. Running some more soldier dueling as Creature gets taken down by Horpy. Shad and Love 3 were there to do some distraction, but wasn't quite enough. And in the meantime, actually, Nimble EU have made a grab. Ice Peak is almost all the way home, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to stop him. Shad, the last one there, he's not going to be able to prevent it, and there we go. Nimble EU responding with a cap of their own, running that ever-powerful back-to-front route on that Blood Eagle side that many, many people hate. And very quick response from them, very strong response from them, and we are suddenly tied up 1-1. Just very good clearing coming out from their team there. Giving them a mostly clear flag stand, and actually they're continuing this, doing a continuation grab with Luca, 752 health on him, breaking line of sight smartly there from Matin, and it doesn't look like anyone's actually going to be able to catch up to him all that easily on chasing. Crystalite is in that soldier, so he's going to be a bit slower here than Luca. Luca could even afford to bolt himself along. Almost thought about doing it, didn't quite do so. Tool is now going to come there to intercept. Oh, gets a great hit with the grenade launcher, and they're able to chain him down incredibly quick. Kabisi is there to try and help out, but it's going to be a return there. Creature came in from the side, broke off his route to go ahead and get that return. Shad was there in case he didn't. So strong chasing coming out there from IDK. It was very close from EU, though. And they are surprisingly strong right now as they make another pickup, and they just toss it off. Crystalite's there for the return. Doesn't look like anyone came out from Nimble Minds EU to help out. Toomey just a little bit too late there. And so they're going to get a return and set back up. So very strong play coming out right now from Nimble Minds EU, doing fairly decently on the defense as well, although it does look like they're about to be in a bit of trouble as there are 3 players from IDK on their way in. Love 3, Shad, and Tool all starting their spam up. Horpy going to be under some serious pressure, and Creature's on his way in, probably about 5-10 seconds out at most. Going to be coming in right over the... Nope, okay, going for the back route. And now Horpy is going to go down before he's able to... Before Creature gets in. Luca's going to stop, and he's going to see if he can help out. Specialist is coming in as well. They are going to be able to stop Creature. Kind of surprising there. IDK had plenty of players there, but Nimble Minds EU just stacked that defense when they needed. Their offense, of course, going to take a hit from that. But that's perfectly fine with them preventing that flag from getting out and letting them maintain this 1-1 tie. So I don't believe we do. Okay, we do have a Sentinel actually out. He was currently not hanging around towards the flag, was out at the side. So Nimble Minds EU will be running with that 2D plus Sentinel strategy, and it's going to be Imot doing that. He is currently setting up on the back hill. Was hanging out over at the spawn tower for the longest time, which is why I was not seeing him when I was generally looking around at the stand. So 2 soldiers and a sniper. Fairly decent strategy. I'm kind of surprised not to see a Pathfinder. That's starting to be all the rage, using Nitrons to just cause that flag to be dropped right after they make the grab and stop them that way. That allows you to not be on the stand if your nading is good enough, but still very old strategy, and it works still very, very well as we see them actually able to clear essentially everyone off. Only Tool left alive here for IDK, and it's going to be Creature against the defense as he comes in. He's able to make the grab, but he's going incredibly slow. 180 on that, 398 health now. Imot should be able to get a couple snipes into him, and he should not get much further, but right now snipes are missing. Able to put 1 more damage into him. Down to 100, going for the punt very quickly, and we do have a grab on the other side as well. Let's quickly follow Ice Peak as Toomey is going to get cleaned up there. Actually, Toomey got the return, of course, as soon as I swap away. Goes ahead and gets that return. Did see him incoming, didn't think he was going to be able to get the return. Must have been someone else because he didn't have much health at all. And Kabisi is actually going to be picking it up for EU now, as they were able to clear off all the IDK chasing. Only Love 3 is on his way in, and Nimble Minds EU actually making a strong push here. 2 players there. Kabisi going to go ahead and boost himself along. Impaler and Love 3 going to have to go through 2 players to get to him. They're going to go ahead and do that and force the flag drop, but Impaler is not going to be able to pick this up. Ice Peak's going to get there first, and this is going to be really interesting. IDK is sending everyone at the moment. Crystalite gets taken down by Luca, but Luca goes down to Impaler, and now Ice Peak's all on his own. No one stopped Impaler. Impaler actually gets taken down by Imot, but it does get returned there in the end. That's unfortunate there for EU. I believe that was Matten who came in there at the last second to get that return. Great play coming in there from IDK. Matten swapping out from that Sentinel role that he was playing earlier to pop into Pathfinder, go ahead and get that return. Very close play there from EU. They just didn't quite have enough people there ready to help out their capper, but they got it very, very far, and they managed to stop IDK on their push, so it was very impressive showing coming out from them, but now they are in trouble as Creature's made a grab of his own again. 613 on this one, was running a front-to-back route. Tool is there ready to help him out. Imot not able to hit that shot. Luca and Toomey both going in there to try and make an E. I don't think either of them are going to get there in time. Toomey gets mopped up. Luca's still on his route, and Creature able to make it 2-1. Luca will be on his way in, though, running that rock route, I assume? Yes? There we go. Makes the bounce. Impaler's there ready and waiting, though, and it looks like he doesn't know he's coming in, but doesn't matter. Mine, or Claymore, I believe it might have actually been, did the damage it needed to. 151. Sniped out by Matten. Ice Peak might actually be able to get this. Looks like he was running a similar side-to-side route. Does get hit, though, and he'll probably go down now, even if he does manage to make the grab. Crystalite going to knock it away a bit. Toomey is there ready, as is Kabisi, but Ice Peak getting sniped out by Matten. So, would have been able to make the grab possibly, but Crystalite and Matten just doing a good job securing the flag there for IDK. Not letting anyone get close, not letting anyone boost it into a good grabbable spot. And they're going to go ahead and maintain their 2-1 lead. Luca's on his way in right now, again for Nimble Minds EU side, but he's going to get stopped there very quickly by Impaler and Crystal Light, and Creature's going to make a grab on the other side. He gets taken down as well, so neither team getting their offense clearing right now. It's surprising there on both sides. Didn't see anyone come in there for EU before Luca was able to make the grab, and on the other side it looks like Creature was going in all alone against Horpy and Specialist, and he went down fairly easily. I do see Tool on his way in. Shad is up there at the mid tower right now, so he should be coming in fairly soon. Icepeak going to make a small grab, but not going to get anywhere. That's going to get returned whenever they want. And it looks like the IDK side is just starting their runs now. Shad is on his way in, so we should be seeing Love 3 follow him in as well. Tool. Okay, so Tool did swap out. Was, I believe, either a Pathfinder or an Infiltrator earlier. Called down Inventory Station. Swapped into Raider. Able to put some serious damage there onto Specialist and Horpy. Horpy's down. And he has just respawned. Creature's on his way in, though. Is he going to get there in time? Does he even know where Creature's coming from? Creature coming in from the back. Doesn't look like they are going to know, but Aemot is there. Not able to make the body block. Claymore went down a little bit too late to activate, and Creature's going to be out with the flag. 760 health going under the bridge right now through the rib cages, and he is going to be safe at home. They're going to need an E. Icepeak's going to go ahead and do that. I believe he might have actually been on a route. Indeed, he was running 300, and he's out on the side. So both teams making grabs. And Matten is probably going to be able to get one more shot. Okay, he's not even going to bother. Going to go ahead and make sure they secure that flag. And it looks like Nimble Minds EU are going to actually be able to force a standoff there. As Icepeak tosses it off to Horpy, who tosses it to no one. I made a weird front toss there for no real reason. Kabisi going to go ahead and pick it up. And it looks like they're going to hang out on this hill, which is bizarre, honestly. Almost never see that hill. Kabisi going to toss it off to Specialist because he is, of course, an offensive player. He's going to go ahead out on the offense, but now let's stay focused on the Nimble Minds EU side because I believe they're going to have to deal with the IDK team before their offense hits the IDK defense. So it's going to be Specialist, Horpy, Aemot, who's actually staying in that Sentinel role for now. It'll be interesting to see whether he changes or if he even gets a chance to change. Shad coming in together with Love 3. They're taking some damage. Specialist not hanging in the back like we see a couple teams do. And he's taking some heavy fire. Already down to 477. Some shots coming in from Shad. Not able to get it, but it is going to be Love 3 chaining him down in the end. Tool is there. He might be able to make this return. Aemot, the last one left alive. He's going to go down after having swapped out of that Sentinel role. And Love 3 able to make that return. Crystal Light now headed towards the flag stand. Luca's there. Going to try and make the grab. Creature going to be able to stop him with that Nitron, but the flag is down. Buying the team a little bit of time. Only Luca left alive, though. He's going to pick it up, get taken down instantly, and IDK are going to be able to win this standoff. Make it 3-1. And, yeah, about 13 minutes left to go here. Looking good for IDK. Probably not quite as good as I expected, honestly, but Nimble Minds EU are playing very, very well, despite the fact that they're 3-1 down, able to hold their own with IDK right now. Although that standoff was a bit tough for them to deal with. They didn't really have that much going. I believe part of the problem might have been that Aemot swapped out a bit late from his Sentinel role. They didn't seem to notice where the IDK players were coming in from, I think. And so it was, as Shad actually demolishes Aemot there, but anyway, I believe they didn't see where IDK exactly was coming in from. So it was a bit difficult for them to have everyone ready in time. I believe Aemot was hoping he would get a couple snipes off, knock down the offense a bit on health, giving them an easier time to actually chain them down when they got there. But enough of that. Icepeak is getting sniped out with the flag. Matten able to make that snipe. Should hopefully have someone coming in here to make the grab, although it's probably going to be Crystal Light who's going to get here first. Maybe. Oh, maybe. No, it is going to be Toomey. And actually, apparently something's happening with Creature. It looks like he got dead stopped or stopped at something, and he's down to 478. Sorry, my camera was somewhere else. Helemar busy catching all the action, and Toomey's actually dropped the flag in the meantime as well. Looks like Creature's okay for now, so let's swap over to that. The flag is down. There are 3 players there for Nimble Minds EU. It's going to be picked up by Icepeak, and they're going to be fine, so swapping back now to Creature, as he's taking a little bit of fire from Luca. Doesn't look like Luca managed to hit anything, though. So Creature's just going to toss this off to Crystal Light, and it looks like we might be heading into yet another standoff. Although, looking back over at Horpy, Horpy takes a Nitron, flag is down. Shad is going to be going for this here. He's got to contend with 2 players. Knocks it into Specialist, though, and he's going to be cleaned off. And that's going to be able to let them reset and force the standoff that they want. Kabisi going to hold on to it as they regen up. And he's going to toss it off to Horpy in due time. So, yet another standoff coming out here. Nimble Minds EU doing a great job here on the offensive side. Able to just pick up the flag and get it home a lot more than I must expected here. And currently, yep, okay, so exact same strategy coming out of this time. Aemot is going to be in that soldier instantly, and you see how much better that is. Love 3 goes down almost instantly, and Tool is going to follow very shortly after. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to send anyone else in. He's probably just going to back off and wait. Creature here going to try and do something, but likely not going to happen in that Pathfinder. Even kills himself out there, just says, alright, it's time to reset, because they knew that wasn't working. EU did a great job there, killing off Love 3, I believe it was Love 3, very quickly to force them to back off and buy themselves a little bit more time, hopefully giving their offense a chance to do something. As I'm now looking over at the IDK side, and they're just sort of skiing around right now. Impaler's going to be joined with Crystalite, and Matten should be coming here in a second, but looks like Matten's actually going to hang out. Okay, hang out a little bit further ahead. And he's going to go ahead and see if he can intercept and duel some people down. You see he's going after Ice Peak right now. And so that's an interesting strategy, sending someone up there very far, forcing them to go through Matten to get to Impaler. And you can see the effects already. Nimblemine's EU, their offense is already being taken down just by Matten alone. Ice Peak goes down as well, and they're going to be forced to reset. Luca's just hiding in the back there, so they're going to be forced to wait for everyone else to come in. That's going to be at least 30 seconds or so. And so IDK doing a very good job here on the defense. Matten causing things to happen. On the other side, though, Specialist taking a huge amount of damage, down to 300. He actually does go down from Tool. Creature flew in there, didn't manage to get the return, flew a little bit too high, does with the Nitron force it down again, though. Love 3 not quite able to pick it up. He does go down. I'm not going to be able to pick it up, and Creature's going to be left all to himself to try and get that return. A good mid-air attempt came out there, not going to land. And, okay, there we go. Shad was vanished on my HUD for some reason, but he gets cleaned off there by Horpy in the end. And Nimblemine's EU doing a lot better job here on defense, doing a very, very good job. Their chain fire really forcing... It's going to force the IDK team to play a lot more duel heavy. They can't just go for the capper anymore like they did in the first time, and they're just going to have to clean off all three before they have a chance of actually getting the flag back. So it'll be something to keep an eye on, and we have them coming in yet again. Creature's about to be taken down quickly. Specialist has gone down to half health, but now Toomey is in the back helping out. The offense did go down, so it's going to be very difficult for IDK to contend with this as everyone's respawning now. They're actually able to get a kill? Okay, sorry, I thought it looked like Toomey got team sniped out there. It was actually just him being chained down, and Imot was able to get another kill onto Tool, I believe it was. So, once again, Nimblemine's EU still staying strong on defense, and with 8 minutes left to go, I mean, they need their offense to start picking it up now, because they need to get this cap here, because if it goes to 4-1, it's difficult to see them having a chance to get back into this, but even still, I mean, you know, IDK is coming in yet again, and I believe their offense did just go down. Kabisi did just die there to Crystalite, and Toomey is still fairly far away from the IDK carriers, so Nimblemine's EU going to have to hold out here again on defense, and that's going to be difficult. Creature did go down, but Love 3 coming in now, able to kill off one of them. Horpy down very low as well. Love 3 tried to put some damage into Specialist, didn't happen, but his last remaining teammate does go down. It's going to be him against two players. Shad and Tool both coming at him. He should really just run. Toomey and Horpy have both respawned. He's just buying himself some time, popping over the mountains, and that's going to work out perfectly. They're going to be able to clean up the rest of IDK. That grenade? Okay, going to do a little bit of damage, not as much as it could have. Creature came in from the back there with the Nitron, was hoping to get a lucky bounce, didn't happen. And more shots coming out now, I believe, from Shad, who is the last one left alive. He's going to be taken down in just a second. I'm not going to get this. Okay, not going to get the snipe. It's going to be Horpy finishing him off. And once again, holding strong on both sides. So let's go ahead and take a look at the IDK side, though, this time, and just see how quickly they're able to take care of this EU offense, because there hasn't even been a drop for quite a while. So must be something going right for them. So we do have Kabisi on his way in. Luca's going to be coming in as well, but he did take a bit of damage, I believe, from Shad. Crystalite going to intercept him, so it's going to be a 2v2 if anything. A great Merv comes in, though, able to force some damage onto Impaler, and now they're going to head on in, but Ice Peak is taken down incredibly quick. Kabisi now 1v2, that's not going to be good for him. We have Toomey on his way in as well, but he's a little bit behind. Kabisi needs to buy some time to get some team here, but Kabisi does go down. Toomey's going to be taken down very quickly as well, and maybe? Okay. There were two players at low health, but it doesn't really matter, and on the other side, we actually had a return go out. Unfortunate there. Hope Helemar caught it. Maybe not have. He did, of course, because that's what he does. But anyway, Crystalite here is going to be able to make this a 4-1. And yeah, the IDK defense was just too strong on that one. The Nimblemine's defense did a fantastic job of holding onto the flag for that long. But I mean, there's only so much you can hold out against the top, or one of the top offenses in the game. Probably the top offense, at least as far as EU is concerned. So, yeah. Did a very valiant effort there. They held out for at least 5-6 minutes or so, and that's very impressive, but unfortunately, if your offense isn't able to get it clear, in the end, it's all going to be for nothing, and we see there IDK able to take that 3-cap lead with only 6 minutes left to go. It's going to be very difficult for EU to come back in this one. Might be able to get their cap off, but that's essentially all they should really be aiming for. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye, though. There's always a possibility. I mean, 3 caps in 6 minutes, it's doable. Difficult, but doable, I guess. So we have Merv spam coming in right now onto the IDK's stand, but Luca is going to kill himself out, meaning their capper was taken down, most likely by Matten, who's been doing a good job on the snipes. We've just sort of seen him being put damage into essentially everyone. And missing Ice Peak there, as in not seeing him at all, not missing a shot, but he hasn't spotted Ice Peak, so a chance could be coming out here, although it does look like Kabisi and Luca are a little bit behind. They need to get the spam coming now, because Ice Peak is on his way in already, and Paler's been pushed off a little bit, but he has spotted him, and that's going to spell the end of Ice Peak, and Paler's not going to let him by. And so it's going to be all on... Okay, no second capper actually coming out there, my bad. They were running with a second capper for quite a while, but it looks like Luca was the one doing the mortar spam, and so they are just going to be relying on Ice Peak to do the job. But in the meantime, IDK has Creature out with full health, going about 300, running that front-to-back route. He's not going to hit the rib, going to be able to go under it. Creativity wall, going to stop him? No, going to force him down in speed quite a bit, down to 240. Going to actually boost himself along there, though. Toomey not going to be able to intercept him. Kabisi not going to be able to intercept him. They tried to put some damage into him. It's not going to be enough. 358 is going to be plenty. He's going to land on the stand, and that's going to be the 5-1. That's going to essentially end the game. And now it's just a question of whether or not IDK are going to be able to cap this out here. 4 caps in 4 minutes. Difficult to do in the first place. 4 caps in 4 minutes against IDK. It's not going to happen. So... Never mind, EU, with this loss on this map means they will not be able to take over the number 2 spot from IDK, which is sort of what most people expected. So, still a very good showing from them on this map, and, you know, that's really, you know, they're going to be facing off most likely against Flamboyant in the second round, who they would probably say is a stronger team than them as well, so this is giving them some good practice against some of the high teams, and if they're holding out this well against IDK, they could certainly put up a good fight against Flam in the second round, and that'll be certainly something to keep an eye on. As actually, flag is going to be returned here by Toomey. I don't see anyone from IDK coming in here to help out, as Creature was taken down, and Toomey going to be able to get that easy return, so... Team's just going to play this one out, essentially. Matten gets a nice snipe there onto Ice Peak, forcing the EU offense to reset. Kabisi going to be able to get the kill on Matten, but it doesn't really matter. Crystalite and Paler still alive, and they're just going to be perfectly fine. Kabisi just sort of chilling in the back of the base at the moment. Creature just setting up on his route, and now looks like that could be either the side to front, or the front to back route. So he's probably going to be either 20 seconds out or about 30 seconds out now, depending on which one of those two he would like to take. Kabisi doing some disc spam at the moment. I don't see Ice Peak quite yet. He is going to be running the back to front route, so he's probably about 10-15 seconds out now at this point. So they should be seeing some spam onto the IDK offense. Looks like they're actually running a dual capper strat again, though. Luca looks like he's taking a longer rock route, going to be coming in from the side most likely. And so let's see how IDK is able to handle this. We do have Love 3 with the grab, but I'm going to stick here with the IDK stand, see what goes on. Ice Peak does go down, but Luca's on his way in now. Stand is clear after some really nice clearing, and Luca going to be able to make this grab. Not going incredibly fast. Looks like he might have messed up his route there, and he's actually most likely going to go down to Matten, getting him with the shotgun. Down to 200, going to go for the toss. Ice Peak is there ready waiting. Crystalite, though, going to be able to get that nice return. And now swapping over here to Creature, who has 71 health, 190 speed. One shot will do it, but I don't think Kabisi's going to be able to. Creature just slows and says, nah, I'm going to take this safe. Tosses it off to Love 3, coming in behind him. Not going all that fast, but whatever. He has full health, and or almost full health. That's really all they need. Going to move his way to the stand. Toomey, the closest one, and he's not going to be able to do anything. I'm not desperately trying to snipe him out, but 6-1 going to come out there for IDK. 1 minute 30 left to go. This game is over. Will IDK be able to cap it out and get themselves that 7th cap? Doesn't really matter, but I'm sure they would like to do so anyway. Luca being taken down there, trying to run a route on his lonesome. No one there to help clear for him. So he got taken down very quickly by the Impaler Crystalite combination. Ice Peak gets blocked off to the side there. And they're just going to have probably 1, maybe 2 more chances at the IDK flag. And same on the other side, although Creature's on his way in now. They have spotted him. Horpy not going to be able to stop him, though. Mistimed it a little bit, went a bit too high, was not able to get the body block. And Creature is out there running that back to front route. 150 health going off to the side a bit here. Good sniper shots coming in there from IMOP, but he does go down to Love 3. And Creature looks like he is probably going to be able to make this the 7th cap. Luca, the only one that's really going to be able to stop him. Unless a crazy shot, not going to happen. Went for the disc and the mortar. Good games coming out now. Congrats to IDK. They have secured themselves the 2nd spot in the group, leaving Nimble Minds EU to hold that 3rd spot. But they will go ahead and play these last 2 maps, I believe. And just because they want to, and because it's needed, and stats, and all that sort of stuff. So go ahead and hang tight, guys. We should be coming up on the 2nd map here in just a second. It is going to be Sunstar. Should only be a minute, maybe 2 at most. Although with Tribes players, it could be 5, maybe 10. So see you guys in a bit. Alright everyone, welcome back here to Map 2 in this European Tribes League matchup between Team IDK and Team Nimble EU. IDK took the first map 7-1 on Katabatic, and we have moved here onto Sunstar. Not a map choice of anyone. Of course, the maps were pre-picked, so who knows? We just we gave one team the option to choose their side, and I have no idea how good these two teams are on this map because I haven't actually seen either of them play this map before. At least not recently, so it should be interesting to see. Despite the scoreline in the last round, Nimble EU did a fantastic job there, did a lot better than I think a lot of people expected, and they forced a lot of standoffs, they had some really good plays, and their offense was certainly ticking, so it'll be interesting to see how it manages to translate onto this map, where defense can be slightly more difficult depending on how set up the offense is and what type of offense they're going to be running. So without further ado, let's go ahead and give a very quick roster rundown on Bloody. We are going to have Team IDK with Crystalite, Shad, Matin, Love3, Impaler, Tool, and Creature. On Diamond Sword, we are going to have Kabisi, Horpy, Specialist, Knala, Imot, Toomey, and Ice Peak. But let's swap really quickly over here to Love3, who's making a grab there in that Infiltrator. Not going incredibly quick, but just using, of course, that Stealth to his advantage to sneak by all the defense. Gonna make that toss off there to Crystalite. Flag gonna bounce a little bit awkwardly for him. He's gonna be forced to run after it. Kabisi gonna pump some damage into him, but it's not gonna be enough. Ice Peak is gonna pick up the flag in the meantime, though. Running a bit of a route. Matin getting some good snipes into him. Should be able to take him down with 218 health. Knocks him down to 97. Now down to 8. One more shot will do it, but Specialist is here ready to help out. Horpy should be coming in as well, and even though he's been taken down, they should be able to secure this and force a standoff. So continuing their strong offensive push from the last map, already going to go ahead and force a standoff on this very quickly into the game. Only 2 minutes have gone by as Shad kills himself out there, and IDK is just going to set up fresh and give it their best. So Crystalite's going to hold on to the flag for IDK for now. Don't know if he'll hang on to it the whole time, though. I believe Impaler held the flag for them for Katabatic, so we'll see if they elect to keep that or if they elect to swap that out. On the other side, Horpy's hanging on to it for now, but he doesn't have much health, and Imot is the closest one, and he's going to go down to Love3, so now all of a sudden Horpy in a lot of trouble. Specialist is able to get there in time, though. Tool should be taken down, although great knives coming in there from Love3, able to force that flag down. Neither of the IDK players able to pick it up, although they do clear off the rest of the defense, and they're able to get the return there in the end. In the meantime, though, Crystalite was forced to drop the flag. Matin's picked it up, though, and it doesn't look like Nimble EU are going to get anyone here in time, so IDK going to be able to take a 1-0 lead here after 3 minutes, and there we go. So continuing their standoff dominance that they had last map, even though there were a lot of them, and Nimble EU held out for quite a while with them. In the end, it was IDK that won, I believe, every single standoff, and we just saw yet again why that is. Their offense is just so hard to stop, especially when you don't have all three of your players alive at the same time there on the defensive side, and especially not when they don't even have full health. So, difficult there for Nimble EU, a bit unlucky on their part that they were all just dead, or less on health than they should have been, I guess you could say. But that's okay. They have plenty of time here to get another standoff going, get maybe a cap on the board. They really should have probably gotten more than one on Katabatic. Probably should have been more like 7-2, 7-3 game, I think. They had a lot of really good flag grabs and attempts. Just a couple of misplays in the escort game that would have given them those extra bits of caps. So, we're going to follow Creature, who's made another grab running a side-to-side route. He gets taken down, though, by Specialisti, who's not going to get the return. It's going to be Horpy guarding it for now. And, okay, I lie. It might actually be him making that return, but they're going to guard the flag, and they're going to return it whenever they do feel like it. Love3 is going to be coming in from the side. Looks like he might actually be doing an Infiltrator grab here. They obviously have no idea that he's here, but he's just going to break off and hide for now. So, electing to just do some clearing instead for Creature, who should be coming in about 10 seconds or so, maybe 5. Love3 was taken down. Shad's going to be on his way in to do some spam. Creature's on his way in now, though. They need to get some more stuff going. Tool's there as well. Horpy with a nice body block, able to stop Creature there, though. And that's going to put an end to their offense. Shad not going to go for a grab. He's just going to go for a couple kills for laughs, and then probably kill himself out whenever he's ready. On the other side, looks like we should be having a capper coming on his way in. It's going to be Knala running that Infiltrator. Going to go ahead and make that grab. Impaler, of course, not much you can do against a guy you can't see. And he was hopping out there to see if he can duel some people down, but it does look like they are going to be getting away here. 470, and really no one's able to chase here. They didn't have anyone in Pathfinder, and Shad is going to be the last one here trying to stop it. Almost got that return. Oh, it is going to get returned there. That's absolutely unfortunate there for Nimble Minds EU, but a fantastic play coming out there from IDK. Love 3 in the meantime has made a grab for the IDK side, down to 50 health after some good chain and snipe shots. Going to be forced to toss this, but it's going to be actually Ice Peak who's the closest one to this. We see a Titan launcher shot coming out there from Impaler. Oh no, Ice Peak misses the flag. Nitron's not going to land, and they're going to be able to clean off the rest of the Nimble Minds EU offense. And Impaler is going to be able to make that a 2-0 for IDK. Out of nowhere, instead of it being 1-1, it's suddenly 2-0, and wow, that was very unfortunate for EU, but a very good play there from the IDK chasing side. So that's they got to feel a little bit hard done on that, but it's at least a very good sign for them that they're able to get the flag out, and they really should have had a cap there, but just some good play, I guess you should call it, coming out there. Shad able to get the kill on him, and I honestly couldn't see who got the return. There were a couple players there. I'm sure my cameraman caught it, and he will tell me at some point, or he didn't.
I did.
He did? He caught it, but he's not going to tell me who it was. So Love 3 is going to make the grab again, though. It's going to be, esports pass attempt coming out there. Creature not going to connect with it, though. And it's going to be Ice Peak on the other side making the grab. 256 health. Makes it over the chasm successfully. Creature's able to pick up the flag in the meantime as well. Ice Peak's going to be okay-ish for now. Impaler's going to be fine as well. Doesn't look like any of the Nitrons are going to come in from anywhere crazy. And they're just going to toss the flag off and move into standoff spots. Tool getting sniped out there at the end. Or, sorry, not being sniped out. Specialisti able to get the kill on him with some machine gun fire shotty things. Or I believe it was the AR that got the kill, but in any case, able to get the kill. And that's all that matters. So, standoff positions once again. Nimble Minds EU actually have time to set up properly the way they'd like. Probably going to toss the flag off here to gain back that health. Harpy going to hold on to it. And they're going to be running their 3D4O as well. Love 3 is actually checking some knives. Doesn't look like anyone's noticed. Didn't connect with that many onto Harpy. Harpy takes a bit of damage from explosives. Down to 790, and now 1v4. Goodbye, Harpy. He's going to be like, yeah, no. He tries to toss it off. Specialist is on his way in. Probably not going to be able to get it, though. Too many players from IDK. Creature gets it. Crystallite's skiing on his way there. They're able to clean off the rest of the Nimble Minds EU offense. And that's going to be that. IDK going to be able to make a 3-0 cap come out here. As a last-second disc, just a little bit too slow. And that's going to be that. Love 3 coming in now for IDK to make a continuation grab. And this is what they are strong at. But he is taken down. A lot of people just respawned there for Nimble Minds EU. He was not going to get away from that one. Their whole offense was there on the defensive side as well. Creature getting taken down by Kabisi. He was probably going to go for some sort of front-to-back grab attempt, hoping no one was there. Unfortunately for him, there were like 6 people there. So just going to go ahead and have to get killed out and set up again. And on the other side, it looks like Nimble Minds EU are going to have a lot to contend with. See, force fields up, generators, of course, up, Shrike up. And not only preventing the front to back routes, but also now with that force field, going to prevent most of the side-to-side routes. Going to have to see if they can get in over the force field, which is very unlikely. It's probably going to be Matten in that Shrike, if I had to... Okay, Shad, actually. Sorry, my bad there. Usually it's either Matten or Crystallite, I believe. Haven't seen Shad in a Shrike in quite a while. But it looks like they're just messing things up. Usually Shad, of course, would be doing the sniping, but electing to go with Matten, and apparently Shad is going to go ahead and take over Matten's role and do some shriking, so be interesting to see how they use this. Currently using it offensively. Was using it for defense a little bit earlier, but nice clear there. Able to get Love 3 out there with the flag. Could actually make the pickup if the flag goes down. It's going to be Tool instead. So Tool was coming in there from the front-ish, able to make that grab, heading right back towards the enemy. He's going to be sniped out. And no Shrike Grab going to come out for this, most likely. Just going to go ahead and see if he can get a couple kills. And they're going to get this return easily. It's going to be Harpy on that return whenever he does desire. So that Shrike taking a lot of fire down to 900. They do have a beat on it, of course. Sniper shots still coming in right now. Taking it down very little bits at a time. Sniper shots, of course, do not do much damage at all. I believe it was like 30 damage a shot. So Shad going to be able to get away here unless someone chases him down. And, ooh, he did not spot Ice Peak there. He's going to elect to go after Imod again. And that'll be interesting to see. If Ice Peak gets out of the flag, then, you know, it'll be a bit of a shame for Shad. He probably could have run him over, caught up to him and run him over there. But he might have felt like it was unnecessary. So Imod was shooting at Creature, I believe, and Shad just knocks him off his perch. So it's going to be a mostly clear stand here for Creature. Going to be able to make that grab. Specialist was just a little bit off to the side there. Wasn't able to stay on that stand due to the good clearing. And 537 health on Creature. He's going to be back and fine. Knala Kabisi going to have to be forced to do some sort of E here. And it looks like Knala going to be the only one going to try and stop this with knives. Not going to connect, though. And Creature just going to play it safe. Get boosts over the flag. Makes it 4-0 now for IDK. With less than half the map gone. So IDK looking strong here for a 7-0, most likely. Should occur about the 9-minute mark or so, I would want to say. Maybe a little bit later than that, but if things keep up in that, should be around the right time marker for that. So, Nimble Minds EU, of course, have forced a couple standoffs here, so it's not as if they don't have anything going for them. They just simply haven't been able to win any of the standoffs and replicate them since. It has been a little bit of time since they had those first two. They had, of course, the very first one on the very first tab for either side of on the game, and that was about the 2-minute mark. They were able to get all them flags back to their bases, get that standoff going, and then they promptly lost it, unfortunately, to IDK. So, you know, even if they do force one, not likely that they're going to get a cap out of it, but even still, they should have had that cap afterwards that got nicely returned there by IDK. So we should hopefully see at least one cap come out here for Nimble Minds EU, because they are putting up a really good fight, and there's only so much you can do when the other team is just simply the favored team. So, still trying their best. We do see some spam coming out there, able to kill out a couple of turrets, but we are going to swap to Lev 3, making a very slow grab here in that Infiltrator, going barely over 140. nMe and Horpy both on their way in. nMe gets sniped out there by Matten. Horpy going to be trying to put some damage into Lev 3, down to 250 now. Sniper shot still coming in from Imot. He's going to be forcing that flag toss, but it doesn't look like anyone's here to actually take advantage of that. Ice Peak is on his way in. I don't know if he's going to get there in time. And they do... I don't know if they had him spotted there. Impaler able to block him in any case, and they do get the kill. On my screen, it sort of looks like Impaler wasn't looking and he got a butt block, but hey, if you can get a block, you can get a block, and that's all that really matters. So 5-0 now going to be coming out for IDK. Impaler with that nice block, regardless of how he got it onto Ice Peak, to stop that last-second E-grab attempt. It was a good route coming out there from Ice Peak, but unfortunately just no clearing, as Kabisi and the rest of the offense was cleaned up. I believe it was nMe was the last one left there with him, and they both went down, so... I believe it was those two. And so that's a bit unfortunate for them, but, you know, there's only... not much you can do if your offense gets taken down. It's just really not that much you can do. So we actually have a strike out again. It's going to be nMe running in it this time, though. Not going to be the IDK side pulling it out. So nMe on the strike. Let's see what he can do. We'll go ahead and follow him a little bit. Going to be shooting some shots over towards Matten. Not able to connect with any of them. Tool and Crystalite both trying to put some damage into the Shrike. Able to knock it down a little bit, down to about 3,000 health. But now IDK are going to respond with a Shrike of their own, and we're going to have a fun little Shrike duel coming out here. Shot barely missing coming out there from Shad. And more shots onto the stand from nMe. Going to force Impaler to be stuck in that stand very much. But I don't think he really cares that much. Matten takes a bit of fire. Force Field's still alive there on the IDK side. Ice Peak does go down to it. Or he might have gone down to Impaler's Titan shot, one of the two. But in any case, nMe is in a bit of trouble here. Has spotted Creature, so that's a nice thing. But 2,000 health on him. And now he has a Shrike after him, as well as a lot of chain fire. Down to 1,300. Gonna drop below 1,000. A nice shot coming out there. Gonna force that Shrike to be killed off here in just a second. 250, 170. Really shouldn't be hanging around, but still is. Does go down. Should have rammed it into the other Shrike and prayed for the best. But, yeah, that'll be the end of that Shrike. Okay, so Shad here in that Shrike for the IDK side. Not really doing much either. Just hanging out in the midfield right now. Not really anything going on either offense right now. The defenses are just sort of chilling and not really having any issues. On the Nimble Minds EU side, we do see they have swapped away from Imot. He's running in a tech. Going to be handing over them sniper duties to Knala. Creature's on his way in, though. Going to be forced to contend with 3 players, although now only Horpy's really going after him. Able to get a really nice kill on him, though. Shrike just going to go in there at the end and see if he can get any kills. Not able to do so. See if he can maybe get a clear and go for it, but still too many players left alive. They're just essentially going to be forced to back off and wait. And yeah, I believe this is actually a 4D strat now coming out from EU, so kind of weird. I mean, they need to get their offense going a bit more, and they need to get their defense stronger, so I'd sort of like to see like a 4 offense and then force a standoff, and then maybe on the standoff go 4D, but I don't know if this is really going to help them out here. They've been struggling enough as it is on the offensive side, and so maybe they're just testing out a couple new things that they're going to be using against their next round matchup, so it's possible. I'm not entirely sure what the point of the 4D is at this stage of the game. Creature going to be able to make the grab. He gets taken down very quickly. Shrike a little bit too far away to make the pickup in the field. Kabisi going to be able to get that return. Although now the flag stand's actually completely clear. Could have gone for the Shrike grab there, but Shad was busy killing off Imot and actually loses his Shrike in the process. But he's going to be able to actually put some damage and spam into the stand if he really wants to. Okay, going to kill himself out. So apparently he didn't want to. And he's just going to go ahead and let his offense completely reset and then go ahead and head in with them. Swapped out to a Raider. Not the brute that he was playing on Kata. And it looks like we're going to be having a capper on his way in now for EU. Sorry about that little bit of silence there. I needed to take a breath or two. Ice Peak actually going to be able to make that grab down to 41 health. Does not make the toss, or he did make the toss, but Matten actually got the kill on him, so I'm not sure whether it was a toss or just a death. One of the two, but it looks like it's probably going to be returned here. Both Shad and Creature on their way in. Nimble Minds EU did not send anyone to help out there. No one was even headed towards that flag. And Ice Peak, although he had good clearing and a good grab, nothing came of it. So Imot actually making a grab himself, and now I have no idea who's playing defense, who's playing offense on the Nimble Minds EU side. They're just sort of mixing everything up left and right. Imot was doing the sniping, then he moved into tech, and now he was doing some capping, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. It looks like they still do have a Sentinel, so they at least have some semblance of defense here. And it looks like, I guess, they've swapped back to a 4D strat, as Imot is here in tech, back on the stand, actually getting taken out there by Shad. And Creature's now on his way in, so let's go ahead and follow him in. Looks like Horpy's going to try and stop him. Not able to stop him, Specialist. Able to get the kill, though, against like 4 IDK players that were there. That was very, very weird. He wasn't even, I don't know if he was actually going for that, but he was able to get the nice body block, so let's say he was. And yeah, Creature was stopped there, so Nimble Minds EU getting a bit lucky there on the defensive side, but still able to make that. Love 3, missing his route a bit, going to be taken down very quickly. 3 shots come in and say, no sir, you are not making that grab, and that's going to be unfortunate for him. Looks like we are going to have a grab anyway, though. Tool's going to go ahead for it. Has decent speed, going to get sniped down to 46, and he's going to be taken down, though, by Knala. And it looks like Horpy not going to get it quite so easily. Shad comes in, and it could be some sort of weird escort play coming on here. Love 3 on his way in. Not going to get there in time, though. Specialist's going to be able to get that return, and Shad is going to just set up and start spamming. So, completely cleared stand for now. Creature's still quite a ways out, though. Has just respawned. It's going to be about 25-30 seconds, I believe, on the route that I think he was running. Maybe a bit less now at this point, but somewhere around there, so they're going to have plenty of time to get everyone set up and going. I'm going to go ahead and follow him in, because there's really not that much occurring, as actually Nimble Minds EU have, like, 6 people on defense right now. Although it does look like they were just waiting a little bit and clearing everyone off before heading out onto their offensive role. So Knala going to be the last one here to try and do some sort of body block. No! Specialist able to get in there at the last second and force Creature to be stopped. Does go down very quickly, but that doesn't matter. He was able to stop the capper. Very nice play coming out from him. Horpy going to clean off Love 3, and IDK going to be forced to reset once again. But the big story, of course, is the IDK stand. Are Nimble Minds EU able to get anything going? Still 2 flag stands there. Impaler is there. Ice Peak, I believe, might have been sniped out. And, yes. Yeah, he was indeed. So, Matt just doing a good job there on the snipes, not letting the Nimble Minds EU offense get anything going whatsoever. And Impaler is just like, yeah, I'm going to set up these 2 force fields, chill. And if you manage to get by Matten, you're going to die to me. So, and unfortunately for Nimble Minds EU, that's been the case the whole game. They just, you know, they've had 2 really good grabs, I think, maybe, sorry, 3 really good grabs that have gotten back to their base. And apart from that, just, and since then, rather, I guess you could say, because they all happened fairly early on, just nothing been going for them. Creature going to make the grab here for IDK, able to make it over the big chasm without being sniped down. So that's a good start for them. No auto returns coming out for Nimble Minds EU, and Creature just going to boost himself along to his stand. Doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to stop this. Toomey's on his way in, but just not going to be able to put enough damage into Creature to force that flag down. And that's going to be the 6-0 coming out now for IDK with 6 minutes left to go, so I was way off in my prediction, as I always am. And Ice Peak going to be cleaned off by Crystal Light. So the IDK defense is holding a bit too strong right now for Nimble Minds EU to get anything going. They haven't really ever killed these 2 force fields. I mean, ever since they've gone up, they just haven't really gone down. And so really the only thing they can do is chuck a couple fractals and hope for the best at this point. And it looks like they might actually be doing just that. Toomey is on his way in there in that brute. Skipped by Matten, which is interesting. Usually you see them at least turn around and put a couple shots into them, but Toomey's actually just going to head down to the gens and say, I'm going to ignore killing them off. I'm just going to go kill the gens instead and hope for the best there. He's going to be dueled, though, in a second. And so we'll go ahead and swap out to the outside and see exactly what happens there, as Crystallite does clean off to me. So Ice Peak on his way in now. 2 Force Fields and Impaler. Crystallite gets the kill with a turret. So, yeah. It's pretty much been the story, unfortunately, there for Nimble EU. Just not much going here. Kabisi going to kill himself out there. I'm not going to go ahead for gens, I guess. But really, it's just a matter of time here at this point. Shad's pulled out another strike again for the IDK side, launching some shots there at the stand. Canelo Specialist and Horpy all there ready and waiting. Creature going to be on his way in about 5-10 seconds or so. See if Shad can get some good clearing going. Down to 900 health on the Shrike. Horpy against Creature. Who's going to be winning this matchup? Creature only 5 seconds out now. 2 Claymores on the stand as well. Not really any clearing coming out, and Creature's going to be all on his lonesome. Chucks a couple Nitrons. Going to still be able to make that grab. The Shrike does go down, but Creature is out here. 310 health. Knala should have a shot. Able to knock him down to 101. Toomey there to intercept. Gets a nice kill there onto Creature. And it doesn't look like anyone from IDK is going to be able to get this grab. So Toomey with a nice return. And now Imot getting cleaned up there by Impaler. Says, Titan Launcher Shot, you are not getting any further, sir. And 4 minutes left to go. Neither team able to get that cap. So yeah, 4 minutes to go here. Of course, this map doesn't really matter for either team. The standings are locked up at this point, with Team Vertigo going through in first place, Team IDK in second place. Nimble Minds EU will be in third place, and 1 up, unfortunately for them, will be knocked out of this tournament. Giving them, and we don't know their matchups quite yet, because the next game that will be happening after this one will determine those, so most likely it's going to be an IDK versus, I want to say, currently it's going to be IDK against Pelican, and then it'll be Nimble Minds EU against Flamboyant. But if some crazy stuff happens in the next game, then everything could be changed. And it could be IDK against Nimble Minds Zero Life, so who knows? We will find out in due time. We do have a return coming out there for Nimble Minds EU. IDK did make a grab onto the flag. Love 3 sort of setting up like he might actually be on a route. But the force fields are up, so no back to front's going to be allowed there. Going to be forced to do side to sides, although Shad is down in the gen room. Might actually be able to get the gens down. Indeed he does. And the question is, where is that infiltrator? Did he disappear on me? He disappeared. No, there he is. Okay, so he's going to be setting up on a static side-to-side route. Horpy doesn't look like he exactly knows that he's coming in. Creature's going to get in there first, and is going to be able to take that grab away, so Love 3 doing a good job there as the backup strategy, in case Creature was not able to get out with this, but indeed he was. 200 speed, all the way back at his base. This is most likely going to finish the game off here. Kabisi's on his way to intercept, trying to get some damage into Creature, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Kabisi goes down. Toomey the last one there. Ice Peak's on his way in as well. Gets taken down by Impaler, and Creature just going to boost himself in there. That's going to be the 7-0 for IDK. And a very strong showing coming out from them. Nimble Minds EU had a good, strong first 5 minutes or so, but after that, they just unfortunately tapered off a bit, and IDK were able to take full advantage of that, giving themselves that 7-0 victory. So we will still have the third map. It's going to be on Bella Omega. And if it's anything like the first two, it should be a 7-0, 7-01-ish scoreline. Hopefully Nimble Minds EU will continue to give it their best, though. They've been good sports about it all. No one likes getting beaten by these margins, but they've certainly had some good plays and had some good attempts, forced a couple standoffs, and that's a good showing from them. So stay tuned for the third map. Should be coming up in a minute or two, and then, of course, following that third map will be the second matchup of the day. So quite a bit of more action coming up soon, and yeah, see you guys in about a minute or so. Alright everyone, welcome back to Map 3 in this European Tribes League matchup between IDK and Nimble EU. IDK has taken the first two maps 7-1 and 7-0 on Katabatic and Sunstar respectively, and we've moved on here to Bella Omega. The last map should be a fun map. It is my favorite map of the whole thing because it looks absolutely fantastic. I am such a homer for this map. It's fantastic and I love it, and it's nice and it looks good, and that's about it. So we have just gotten underway here. Of course, this map does not mean all that much in terms of the standings. The teams have already been locked into their slots, with IDK taking the number 2 slot and Nimble EU taking the number 3 slot, but of course we will still cast it and watch it because teams love to play and we love to watch. So with enough said, let's go ahead and give you guys a very quick roster rundown on Blood Eagle. We are going to have Nimble EU with Imat, Knalle, Horpy, Kabisi, Ice Peak, Specialisti, and Toomey. On Diamond Sword, we are going to have Team IDK with Matt and Crystalite, Tool, Love 3, Shad, Impaler, and Creature. This is a slightly different map from the previous two. It's similar to Katabatic, if any, and we did have a very strong showing come out from Nimble EU on Katabatic, so hopefully it'll be a bit more like this one, and not so much like Sunstar, where IDK were incredibly strong the whole time. We did have a very quick grab come out there for Ice Peak. He was taken down by the force field though, but still a very good start. At least getting some grabs off, and it'll be interesting to see how standoffs work on this map, because I haven't seen that many standoffs on this map actually. I've only seen a couple come out, and teams have never really shown me one consistent strategy for them, so I'm actually really looking forward to see how these teams elect to set up. But Creature's going to go ahead and make a side-to-side grab there, able to get that kill onto Horpy, preventing the body block, and now he's being escorted by quite a few players. Shad is there as well as Tool to help out, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to stop him. Kabisi's on his way in, but I don't think he's going to get there in time. Gets stopped by the force field, unfortunately, and Creature's able to get a very quick 1-0, so IDK looking strong again here in the first minute and a half, as I just had the weirdest bug ever. Matt just shot like through the force field that split into like 7 different shots. That was awesome. But anyway, that's enough of that and my little rambling. IDK has a 1-0 lead here. We did have a grab attempt there from Nimble EU, very quick, and so we'll keep an eye on the IDK stand to see if they're able to get another one going. It does look like Ice Peak's going to be running a back to front route. Love 3 did go down, so we'll stick here again with the IDK stand. Ice Peak does have this back to front route going there. Sorry, messing up my words a bit. There are 2 force fields, and he's going to go down to one, if not both. Goes down to the first one, actually. And that's going to be interesting. Impaler seems to know exactly which route he's going to run. Has the force field set up to stop that perfectly. And a little bit of confusion. Okay, Horpy warping, I guess. No confusion, just lagging shenanigans. 12 ping, though, so that's kind of weird. But anyway, so 2 force fields here set up perfectly to stop that route. They're going to need to take down either the gens or run the alternative back to front route, coming in from the back right and heading out the front left. And then they only need to take down 1 force field, so it'll be interesting to see what they elect to do. Of course, it is just easier just to take down the gens and call it a day, but that's always easier said than done. Taking down the gens seems like such a simple strategy until you actually try to do it, and then you get killed by everyone, and that's, of course, very depressing. We do have Imot on his way down there right now to actually get the kill on the gens, though. Gonna go ahead and start that spam up. If he gets it done in time, that should be really good for them. Creature getting taken down in the meantime on the other side, and now the gens are down for IDK. Love 3 didn't get anywhere with that, so we'll stick here with the IDK stand, see what they're able to do without their gens. Although I don't see anyone. Ice Peak just respawning now, so unfortunately, looks like both teams are synced up on offense, and we're only going to be able to catch one bit of action at a time. So it's going to be about 35-40 seconds until Nimble EU are on their way in. So let's go ahead and swap back over to the Nimble EU stand and see how they handle the IDK offense, as Love 3 is on his way in together with Creature. We have Tool going to be coming in from the back as well, and Shad is out there in the front, forcing everyone off the stand, able to get the kill onto Knalle. And now here we go with Tool and Love 3 both going to be going after Horpy. Creature's on his way in now. They need to get the kill on Horpy. They do get it in time, and Creature's able to make it out with full health, down only to 756 health. Knalle going to be doing some seriously long-range shots, able to knock him down to 611, down to 472 after some shots from Specialisti, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Kabisi on his way in, as well as Imot, but they're most likely going to be taken down, and Creature's just going to fly through that force field, able to get that second cap. And IDK looking in a good spot here with 21 minutes essentially left to go, and 2-0 lead. Their offense looking strong, very close there. Horpy almost managed to stay alive for long enough. Just some very clutch clearing coming out there, allowing IDK to get away with that flag with essentially full health, and they'll be very pleased with that. We do have Nimble EU actually sending a couple people down there to their gens. Don't know if they're actually going to repair it or not. Doesn't look like they have anyone who really cares. And Creature's has run, I believe, both side to sides and front to backs. So the gens would actually be fairly helpful in this situation if you're able to keep them up, of course. Because if not, then it's just a waste of time sending someone down there to repair them every couple of seconds, as they'll just take advantage of the time when they're down, because timing is everything. We have Horp being dueled down here by Love 3. Looks like Specialist's going to be taken down by Tool as well. Ice Peak's made a grab, but he has dropped it, so we'll stick here with Creature, who's made yet another grab for the IDK side, but Knala says not this time. Not in my house. Gets a good snipe, forces that flag down, and he's going to get that return whenever he wants. Good defense coming out there from EU. Good clearing from IDK, and good grab in there. Creature not missing a route yet. And that's just unfortunate for them that Knala was set up ready and waiting. I believe Creature has run that route twice in a row now, I want to say. So Knala most likely just going to stay there until he swaps up his route. Really going to force Creature to dig in his bank and see how many different routes he can come up with here. Because if the sniper knows exactly where you're going to go, he should be able to get a couple easy kills off on you, and it should be very, very difficult to cap against him. We're actually seeing, I was watching an amusing duel there between Knala and Love 3. It's just sort of both of them going back and forth, chucking knives and Nova Blasters, and neither of them able to get all that much done. Love 3 finally won that. We actually have Creature coming in here from the side. Looks like he has been spotted, though. And, ooh, actually, Horpy and Specialisti both missing it. Creature able to get in below both of them. Down to 121 after some good sniper shots and AR shots. Going to be forced to punt it off here to Tool. Tool able to make this nice pickup. And now, all of a sudden, Nimble EU in a bit of trouble. Don't think they're going to have anyone here in time. Tool going to boost himself along there with that grenade launcher. Buying himself a little bit of speed. Not that much, but plenty. Specialisti and actually Luca's in here now as well. I'm not going to go ahead and make the E. He's just going to drop down into the tunnels. IDK going to toss the flag off to Creature, and it's going to be all onto Imod. Is he going to be able to get away? Gets into the tunnel, starts jumping along. Impaler is after him. We have a heavy versus heavy. Imod says, I'll take you on. Just stops, and now they're going to duel it down. Imod in a bit of trouble here, though, because Impaler does have a little bit more health. Actually goes back and boosts himself along, and now Impaler is going to be left behind. Imod going to be able to make it up and out of here, but is someone there ready to intercept? Yes, two players from IDK are there. Going to be forced to make the punt. Horpy barely missing the flag on that one. Flag is still down. Toomey should actually be able to make this grab. And all of a sudden, Nimble EU actually have people here. Oh no, they pick it up, they toss it. It doesn't go to anyone, and IDK are able to get the return and the cap. That was very unfortunate there for Nimble EU. Just a couple of bad misplays on that one. And yeah, they really should have been away and out with that, but just didn't. And a very unadvised toss there allowed IDK to get the easy return they were looking for. And they took full advantage of that, making it 3-0. Now Creature actually running the same thing that Imot ran, going under the base, boosting himself along, able to barely get by Horpy, who was dropping down, and Horpy does manage to take him down in the end. AR is going to force that flag down. Doesn't look like anyone is here for IDK to help. Specialist is going to drop down as well. So two players going to be babysitting that flag, and they are going to be able to return it whenever they do want. Ice Peak made a grab, was quickly dropped, and actually here, Tool is there ready and waiting, just makes the grab and doesn't even bother with the tunnels, just goes and discs himself along, was waiting for that return, and no one was on the stand for Nimble EU to actually prevent this. Tool going to be forced to punt it after some sniper shots took him down to 61 health. Crystallite there for the pickup. Luca on his way in now. Doesn't quite connect with the flag, but is able to get some damage onto Crystallite. 975. Are they going to be able to stop him in time? No, they are not. Specialist gets taken down by Matten. And Crystallite is going to be able to make this 4-0. Gets over to the flag. And there you have it. 16.5 minutes left to go as Creature makes another continuation grab. IDK are brutal with these. And he is going to be able to make this 5-0. Toomey's not going to be able to stop him. Sniper Shot's going to be too little too late. And that's going to be that. I don't know, indeed. For so many reasons. That has so many meanings to it, saying I don't know there. And I'm not even going to bother to delve into them. Because much like my cameraman here, I woke up about an hour ago, and I'm still pretty tired, so that's life. We do have IDK down, actually, in the Nimble EU gen room. It's going to be Shad doing that. Seeing if he can take them down. Should be able to. Doesn't look like anyone's actually going to be able to get down there in time to stop him. So, Jen's going to be down again. Love 3 on his way in. Shad should be poking his head up in any second now to take care of those claymores. Breacher going to be coming in from that back-to-front route, or backside front-ish. Not really your standard back-to-front, but it's going to be a back-side, front-side thing. He has the flag. That's all that matters. 478 health on him right now. Going to be moving along towards his stand at a rapid pace. Luca and Toomey are both there. One of them does go down. It's going to be Luca going down first. Toomey not going to be able to stop this either, I don't believe. He gets taken down. Specialisi on his way in. Not going to be able to stop Creature. And that's going to be the 6-0 for IDK with 15 minutes left to go. and most likely looking towards a 7-0 here in fairly quick time. But still, nonetheless, you know, well-deserved play coming out here, or well-deserved win, rather, sorry, coming out from IDK. They've just been so brutal on offense, and feel kind of bad for Nimble Minds EU. I mean, they really gave it all their all. They had some really great plays coming out there in Katabatic. They gave it a shot at Sunstar. It didn't work out for them there either, and unfortunately, they're just getting hit pretty hard here on Bella Omega, but there's only so much you can do against one of the top teams here in Europe, and yeah. Gonna be fun to watch this team advance through the playoffs. So Impaler is gonna be forcing this flag up onto the box somehow, and it's just gonna sit there, and they're just going to wait, as most likely gonna be Creature coming in here soon for Nimble Minds EU flag, although I don't actually see him anywhere, so he might have been sniped out. And there he is. Okay, so Creature out there, probably about 15 seconds out now at this point. They have plenty of time to get people there. Gonna miss a Nitron, I believe, there, actually. I saw Nitron go off there, not entirely sure what it was meant for, because he didn't connect, and he usually connects, so... Oh, well, it still has plenty of speed, going about 300 here, down to 440 after some good snipes from Canelo. They do have the stand clear, though, so Canelo going to be forced to do this on his own. A great shot coming out there from Shad, but Creature misses the flag. Oh, no, Shad there with a fantastic midair. Got Horpy down just in time. Creature got, I don't believe he got body blocked, but didn't manage to connect with the flag in any case, for whatever reason. And that's a big shame for them. That was a perfect clear coming out there from Chad at the last second. Just not able to take advantage of that. And now it's going to be up to Mr. Schreiker here. It's going to be love 3 because IDK never likes having the same person in a Shrike. I don't even know. But anyway, so we do actually, I did want to mention that Luca666 has joined. He was not part of the starting lineup, I want to say. I feel. He was? Was he?
He was not.
He was not. Okay, so he did replace someone. And it was Kabisi, I believe, actually. A little bit of knowledge coming out there. I do sometimes remember names. I am terrible with names, by the way, so my apologies if I mess them up and get them wrong, which I'm sure I have done. But I believe he replaced Kabisi, who was doing, I want to say, offense. And yes, that's all I wanted to say. So yes. Creature getting sniped out there by Knala. Shrike should actually go for this, and it looks like he's probably going to. Love 3 going to pop out of here and make the grab in that Raider, not actually running the standard tech in the Shrike that you would expect to see. Looks like he was just planning on dumping the Shrike and then going for some spam, but Creature has respawned and is ready to help out. Probably won't need it. They are going to go ahead and steal that Shrike, but they don't really have time for that, and Luca's going to be cleaned up by Matten. Kanala going to try, not going to happen. IDK going to win this 7-0, giving them a 7-1, 7-0, 7-0 victory. And very strong play coming out from them. Nimble EU gave it their all, and they had some good plays. Unfortunately for them, that was just not enough in the end. And IDK will go ahead and take their expected victory, and that will secure them the number 2 spot in the group, leaving them to face off against either Pelican or Nimble Minds Zero Life, depending on the results of the next game. Possibly Flamboyant, actually, even maybe, depending on if we see something absolutely nuts. But most likely, either Pelican or Nimble Minds Zero Life, and after that, they will go ahead and face Arum if they manage to win that matchup. So, in any case, that's enough blabbering out from me. Thank you all so much for watching. The next matchup should be coming up in, I want to say, now. So if you guys go ahead and stay tuned in about 30 seconds, or no, it shouldn't be 30 seconds. It's going to take us some time to get into the next server and get everyone set up. But we should be out and going with the next matchup. It's going to be, 15 minutes. 15 minutes, my bad. I have times completely messed up because EU to US times, it messes me up and my brain doesn't work very well. So 15 minutes, go get a drink, go take a bathroom break, go relax, and then come back, and we should have the next matchup. It's going to be Flamboyant against Nimble Minds Zero Life. Should be a fantastic game. And that has big ramifications for the standings in the second division. So hopefully we're going to be seeing a lot of fun action, and every map matters in that matchup. So woohoo! Stay tuned. Be back in 15. We'll see you guys in the next matchup. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.